Hey guys, I'm Nathalia.
And I'm Audrey.
And you're listening to the Talk Baby to Me podcast,
where we discuss everything parenthood.
From under the covers
to becoming mothers.
We will guide you through every step of the way. And I mean every step, especially the things that you didn't get to read in those cookie cutter pregnancy books.
We'll have you laughing and crying and everything in between.
Because at the end of the day, that is what motherhood is. And the best part,
we got to do it together.
And now we get to do it with you. Hey guys, it's Nat.
And Audrey.
And you're listening to our second season of Talk Baby to Me. Woo!
Honestly, I can't. It's been a really long time.
Yeah. I was telling Audrey earlier, I was like, this is like my therapy, so I really need us to get back on track here because otherwise I'm just venting to literally anybody who sits down and talks to me.
Exactly. and we talk obviously all the time, but it's almost better when you have a subject to talk about.
Yeah. And like an audience, right? Because we want to make sure like this is a safe place for the moms. And, you know, one of the biggest things I feel like for me right now is like making sure people know that they're not like alone in this, which we'll touch on that later. But let's do our little catch up. Let's talk about what's happened in the past 6 months.
Since September, right?
October,
man.
Yeah.
And I think like this is like the biggest jump for us. So we kind of missed talking about it on the show, honestly, because we have kids and we're moms. We couldn't figure out the time because both of us work, both of us have lives. I'm sure most of the people listening to this know that. I guess I'll jump in.
Yeah.
So since October, and these are the big life changes. I got married.
She got married.
I got married to my husband, who is my baby daddy.
I like that we have to clear that up because you just don't know really what happens in the world these days. Like, you're not married to the baby daddy, which is fine.
I still literally call him baby daddy. So
love it.
It's cool. Even we were together for like 14 years.
Yeah. The wedding.
The wedding was amazing. Ella was a flower girl, but she like really gave no fucks about anyone.
Yeah, she did.
She walked on the aisle and she just yelled boobies to me.
Yep, that was her. Oh my God, that was so cute. And
Nat was a bridesmaid.
I was a bridesmaid who died the night before. We don't have to talk about that.
But like, I will say, I've been with you many times where that shouldn't have been the case.
Yeah,
that's another story. We'll tell later.
For sure. So there was like the reception drinking or the cocktail hour the night before rehearsal.
And you had to go to work before. Like, she had an interview. So I didn't really see you, but then you made it work. You showed up for me, which is great. But
yeah, it was like a testing session for a soap opera. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, Audrey, it's on the same night as your rehearsal.
I was like, I don't fucking care. First of all, I almost didn't make my rehearsal because I was tired. I was so tired because the planning that goes into a wedding and my control issues, but not my control issues, just not being able to ask for help when I probably needed it.
Yep.
Was a lot. The wedding went down perfectly, though.
Oh my goodness.
Not gonna lie.
I feel like we need to just post a recap of the wedding on our Instagram page because it wasn't even like it was not a regular fucking wedding, you guys. We had the performances of a lifetime.
It was a concert.
And you know what was the best part, the highlight of your wedding was your bride and groom dance.
Yes. And
Soldier Boy, tell him.
I would love, like, I haven't been able to post the recaps because there's just so much footage. I'm going to give it to Nat.
Yeah, I can make it little snippets of fun parts.
I can't.
Wait,
Christian, I'm going to give it to you.
There you go. Yeah, Christian's our videographer. Shout out, Christian.
Yes. Honestly, it's really hard to recap it, but I will say, I didn't fuck up that end. Soldier Boy went the wrong way first. Okay, Andre. Okay.
Just to be able to say that, though, it's like such a dream because recent news, there's the Lovers and Friends Festival that got canceled because of the wind. I don't know what the fuck.
Listen, I was there. There was no wind.
Yeah, so we got
there
canceled.
Was wind the next day.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm not that sad because I got to go to Audrey's wedding and my highlighted artists were there. Like, The Yang Yang twins. Can you please name drop? Because I can't remember everything.
Yang Yang twins. Timbaland performed a set.
Timbaland.
will.i.am performed a set. Like, listen, but they don't. It's not for me. Timbaland called me Audrey the whole time. Shout
Audrey.
out Drake. Just kidding.
Aubrey.
But Timbaland, will.i.am. Keisha wanted to sing, and we wanted her to sing, but time got away from us.
Yeah. No, and Keisha was right next to me singing the whole time. We were like just jamming. By the way, love her.
Yeah, no, she's the best. She's gonna be on this podcast.
Yeah.
Soon, if we could ever find a slot time that works with all of us.
Yeah.
So wedding was great. I'm married. Still have yet to change my name. Even though that was a big thing to me, but like life really with 2.5-year-olds is really hard. Our babies turned 2 right before the wedding. I got married 11/11. Ella's 11/7. Audrey's 11/6. And it's like, it's a weird thing because I'm glad it was 2 that we chose, because 3 is probably when they actually think about the birthday, or they know their birthday. 2 is like a little before they'll remember it later in life. So before the wedding, I was like, I can't plan both. And basically just had Cookie and Elmo.
Get your face in that mic, sis.
We had Cookie and Elmo come, and it was just like 3 people.
Yeah.
And then we got sick and couldn't make it to Andreas' birthday.
Yeah. No, I just had like a little too fast, too curious birthday party, which, by the way, these birthday planners make so much bank. I think I might reconsider my entire career, because it's crazy what we put into a birthday party. And even though, because it's like, here's the thing, I am that extra person that will go above and beyond to have like, the cake, the tiered cake, and like the decor. I love planning so much. So like, I'm never going to not do it. But it did make me think that I need to start investing in some of that shit myself. Like the shelves with the thingies and the balloon garlands, like those, I actually started to learn how to make them my freaking self, because it's expensive and they won't remember it. But you know what? They will have a cute little photo album to remember. Yeah. Right? And then I will remember it. And then I get like a little sensation of happiness, and I feel accomplished because I got the party done.
Yeah. When you put stuff into it, like that's when we become opposites, because like I love planning. I don't love planning, but I end up planning, and I'm a good planner. But I despise it with my whole soul. But my wedding planner is now like one of my best friends. We're like, let's get coffee and it's like talk some shit like all the time.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to like wrap this up, because it's hard to like do a catch up right now, because 2 to 2.5 and all the life stuff, it's like it went by in a flash, but also took the longest time because toddler tantrums, regressions. Like I started pull-ups yesterday with my baby. Like there's so much, and we tried potty training, but she's really just interested in putting the toilet paper in the toilet and flushing it. Yep. But like there's so much that happened. And
it's gonna take a whole season.
And those are the big events. But so we'll be able to actually talk about some stuff with a directive form. But I feel like if I keep talking right now, it's just going to be the last 6 months of so many things.
Yeah. No, I get that. And that's cool. Well, I mean, honestly, we've both kind of like, the 2-year-old stage is like, it was almost overnight for Adrius. You know how they say like, what is it, troubled twos?
No, terrible twos.
Whatever.
Same
troubled,
thing, by the way.
terrible, terrific. We're going to just go with all of it, because it was great in the sense that Adrius is now communicating a lot more. And he's able to not fully communicate, which is why he gets the tantrums, because he can't express himself, which I'm sure a lot of mommies on here could probably relate. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's almost always going to be like flying trucks and cars at my face.
Flying cars at her face, because he's obsessed.
Just the other day, he threw my car key at my face, but it was like not intentional. He didn't like aim it. Just hit me in the face. I had a big old bruise on my black eye. And then I have 2 dogs, which I consider them my sons as well.
They're so cute.
They're
Kobe and Georgie.
Kobe and Georgie, the poop bros, trademark. Just kidding. But Kobe bit me. And then Edrius, when changing diapers is such a pain in the dick. I'm not kidding.
Literally, it's actually the bane of my existence. It's the bane of my existence.
It used to be so fun when they were newborns and they would just lay there and be like coo and cute. And then now when they're 2, they're fucking throwing shit at you. And then
screaming on the top of that.
Screaming. And it's like, why do I feel like I'm wrestling a gorilla to put you down and change your diaper for your benefit? Because you're going to get a diaper rash if I don't do it.
You like trying to manipulate them.
Yeah. Oh my God. And now we're doing a timer.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, in 2 minutes, Audrey. He's like, okay, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes, Audrey.
Yeah. And Ella's good at hiding.
Yeah.
And so she says, one more minute away. And then she'll go hide in that minute. And then I'll find her so I can do this. And she'll say, cinco?
Yeah. No, smart little kids.
Stop negotiating
your
butt not having diaper rash.
Exactly. We now have a rule. My fiance Mo and I are like, my fiance, like you guys don't know. Mo and I are like, we don't negotiate with toddlers.
But you do.
But we do.
They literally own us.
And I never thought in my life that my mood and my way of being for the day would be determined on the type of shit that comes out of my son's diaper. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, he just had a stomach bug.
That's bad.
It was really bad. For 2 weeks, you guys, I was just praying for a solid poop. And I'm not kidding. I don't know how I got through that, because I'll say it again, and I know I've probably said it multiple times, but if your kid is sick, you better keep your kid at home, because it's not fair to the moms that get sick too.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like, if you don't know, I will give you grace, but multiple times, my gym is literally the culprit.
No, yeah. I mean, I hate to call them out, but really, I just got refunded a ton of money because I didn't realize I was like on an auto pay thing.
Yeah.
I took him one time, got sick. Took him another time, got sick. And I was like, that's it. You're not going there. Even though like they say, and maybe it's true, maybe we should get them out and get them exposed to these whatnots and whatever, but it's just not something that's conducive to my lifestyle right now to keep having a sick child.
Yeah.
So I built an entire Montessori playroom.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna teach you shit myself.
And it's really pretty too.
It's working. He knows his ABCs.
It's very nat.
He knows his ABCs. And okay, well, anyway, I got right into the toddler topic, but the updates, really.
Yes.
Do I have updates?
You have a lot of updates. You've been working so much.
Oh yeah, I've been working my butt off, but I work from home, and I
nanny.
Oh my God, you guys. I went through a very, very, very dark period.
It's funny that I knew exactly where you're going.
Oh my goodness. I lost my nanny.
She's like, I lost, and you're thinking about her dog or her dad, but it's your
No,
nanny.
she's not dead. She's alive.
No.
But I feel like I'm mourning the loss. I was mourning for a few months, and then I got over it because I met the most amazing nanny, and she's on now. It's a whole thing. But no, I want to talk about that because I don't know if any moms have had a relationship with their nanny. If you know me, then you know that I will befriend you and love you and care for you like if you are my sister, my family. I always will do that. And this nanny was with me from when Edrius was about to be 1. She was with me for a long time, and she left without any notice. She literally just quit and just never came back. And it just so happened to be that the day that she quit, that following week, Mo was going to be out of town for work.
Yeah.
So I was alone. And that was the week we were supposed to potty train. We had just purchased all of the
You're potty training.
The potty train things, all of the things. They're on my Amazon if you guys want to check it out.
Listen, let's plug.
So the potty training books, the toilet thingy, all of it. We bought all of it, and we were so ready to get him to be trained because diapers are a pain in the ass. And so she just left me. Like,
you were so devastated.
I was so sad.
This is like a really hard time for you.
I was really sad.
I think also, one, you're going through the transition. You're still, like we talked about this last season, the postpartum. Like, you're still, you feel abandoned because you rely on your people when you have babies, especially that age.
Oh yeah.
And so you were having
It triggered me. It really made me feel like I have abandonment issues.
you did.
And I think I actually do.
I feel.
No, I felt so hurt, and I I spent so much of my time with her. We taught Edris how to walk. She went through a ton of really crazy things in my household with me, like even just the traumatic things that happen while you're a mom with a first time mom with your kid, like
The first time, that's a big
the
thing.
first
too, I
time
think.
mom, right? Like, and I confided in her, she confided in me. Like, I just felt maybe I was a little more in love with her than she was in love with me.
Well, because you need that. Like my nanny, it Ella loves her. She's been with her forever. I actually would. I really can't imagine. And it's not just because she does the duties. It's like you see them every day. I see them
Yeah.
more than I've seen my husband.
Yeah.
I see them more than I see any of my family.
Exactly. She's
so-
at my house. She's seen me wake up. She's there. She was always there. And granted, I did have my office and I try to stay away as much as I could, but like you can't help but just have those natural conversations. And like she was like really sweet, and she always went above and beyond to do some of the house chores. And I don't know, I just felt like it ended in a way that was without getting into too much detail, just completely emotionally out of line for her, I think. So there was like resentment, and then there was also sadness, and then there was also the abandoned aspect of it.
She grieved.
I grieved. No, I grieved my nanny.
Yeah. You went through like all the stages of grief.
I did.
Yeah.
And then I found another one, and I'm so grateful for my friend who introduced me to her.
She's great. I met her.
Yeah, she's great. She's young, and she has a education. She's worked with other kids, special needs, and she's
patient.
She's really
too.
patient. She's young. She's 21. Did I say she's young already? Yeah, she's 21, so she's got
Listen,
energy.
You're so young.
She's got energy. She's got some, like, I'll tell you right now, like, we put together like little activities for the week, and this is what's working really well for Edrius is like every week I'm sending her toddler activities. Like, hey, let's learn 1 through 20. Let's learn 20 through 30. Let's learn opposites. Like every week there's a different topic that we're going over, and it's really freaking amazing
It's like
because
school.
yeah, it's basically school. I'm homeschooling him. I don't have I'm not like certified.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you're doing
But I'm doing it, yeah. And the topic of loss is like a big thing because, I mean, I'm sure we both can relate in the sense of like when you become a mom, your life does a complete 180. You're not the same person that you could just pick up your car keys and run out to do whatever you want. It's like
no, you have to shed a lot of relationships. You shed yourself.
You shed yourself
first, which is a relationship.
Yeah,
you have to like mourn that. But then you have
friends that maybe are not on the same level, or you have, I know like there's like the fun group that wants to go out and travel to like the trendy things of the month or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And like unfortunately you miss out on those invitations because one, you're a mom and you're busy, or they are scared to ask you because they think you won't be able to make it.
then you're alienated.
Then you're alienated, and that doesn't really go away. Like I feel like it hasn't really gone away. The only thing that I will say is you learn to allow no more negativity, and you allow yourself to have boundaries, right?
And you gain a whole different group of friends that maybe you don't have another topic to talk about other than your children, but we're always talking. We're literally doing a podcast about talking about our children.
Well,
but you gain a lot, but you lose people that you've had for a long time sometimes, and that's it's awful. I know you have had that. Yeah,
no, I mean, I will say that this past 6 months, even longer, I feel like just like towards the end of the last season, a lot of things were shifting in my life, and I started to see, value in people that value me, and it just was, you got to shed. You got to shed.
And it's not always that like they're doing anything wrong. Nothing is wrong sometimes. It's just like your priority shift.
Yeah. People grow. People evolve, and it's okay to evolve separately. But motherhood is definitely a massive thing, and it feels like, everyone will. Oh, we were talking about the "you're not alone" thing.
Mhm.
Like sometimes Audrey and I will catch up, and it's like, "Oh my God, Edrius just did this," and he's like, "Shut up, Ella just did this
Yeah.
too." Like we're in sync, but we're not exactly going. We're going through our own thing that's very much alike, and that's
But they do things yeah.
yeah. And every kid is so different, but like every time I open up to any like the community of mommies that we have like on our Instagram and like whatnot, like you almost always get a response like, "Oh my God, thank you for sharing this because I'm going through the same thing."
I think I help my sister every day because, again, you guys all know she has a baby that's 2 weeks older, but she doesn't have like the mommy support in the group. And I feel like I say, me, Nat, all the people that I know, that she's not alone when she's complaining about something because all of us
are going through it.
Yeah.
Maybe at different stages in our mommy journey, maybe they're very similar, maybe you're not there yet, maybe I'm not there yet, but we're going to go through the same thing. So it's definitely a massive community. And with that all being said, like I'm so excited for this season because we have amazing guests that we are going to bring on, and we're really going to tap into the troubled twos, terrific twos.
Troubled twos.
Troubled. Well, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. First of all, they are actually troubled twos.
Yeah. What is it again?
Terrible twos.
Terrible.
And honestly, that's the two to 2.5. Like we weren't with you guys. They had not turned 2 yet. And now my daughter's 2.5 today. Edrius was 2.5 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of stuff in that 6 months
It's crazy.
is probably the most. It's like the hardest, but then you're rewarded.
Yeah.
Like when they were younger, they can't communicate the things. They can't kiss you or hold your face.
Oh my
and
God,
then maybe
I love
punch
you, Mommy.
Yeah, but those this is like the best time and the hardest time. The best time. So it's gonna be I think maybe we're gonna be having this season till they're 3.
Yeah.
And I think it's some of the biggest changes they're gonna have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be very fun. And I guess with that,
we could wrap
2
it
to
with
2.5 maybe. Let's just discuss the changes
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know if we're wrapping in 30 minutes or 20 or 5 or an hour.
No, well, I know we have to keep it like young, but young. We need to keep it.
We need to keep it young
for other babies. But I want it. I feel like the catch up we did wasn't exactly the 6 months because there's so many things. The talking,
right?
The potty training. We kind of said.
Well, yeah. So there's like the talking. So Edrius, the ABCs, they know all that.
Sassy, yeah.
They're definitely sassy. I mean, we have Scorpio babies, and I mean, I don't know.
Temperamental
for sure.
I have a sassy one, but also just. We have a lot of friends. We're not there yet. Mm-hmm. I am definitely trying to have another one. They're introducing new babies to their life. So the 2 to 2.5 is kind of crazy because they have such a personality and a temperament, and you have to figure out how to mom and parent. And
then also mom yourself and your own emotions so you don't lose your shit in front of your kid and then like traumatize them forever. Like I know that sounds really dramatic, but
real.
It's the truth.
It's real. I think a lot, like we're going to have an entire episode on
for
this.
Sure. Yeah. This was like more of like, hey guys, we're back.
Yeah. But I guess that's what you're looking forward to. And I was one of the biggest, I can't wait to have the thing where, the episode where we are discussing how when you're parenting now that you really either have, sometimes I want to apologize to my mom for things that I didn't realize, and most of the time I just want to be like, what?
Yeah.
Why did I?
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, definitely opens up a whole side of you because my mom wasn't really around when I was a kid. But she had 3 kids at the age of 19.
My mom had 5 by 28. So, yeah. And also, the fact that you had 5 kids. What?
How?
Okay, this is going to be a whole episode.
Exactly. So,
but we just have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. And this is going to be fun. And we'll kind of keep you guys posted on the journey on our Instagram. And you can find all of our episodes on YouTube. But we will be back and
And we're excited. There's a lot to talk about.
I know.
I'm also just excited for therapy.
I know. I'll give you guys the best advice I could give.
Yes, and I'm going to do what Ella does. Besitos, besitos.
Besitos,
We'll see you soon.
besitos. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Till next time.
Follow us on Talk Baby to Me PC on Insta.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments, etc. etc. Bye. Oh my God, I hope that recorded. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can stay in touch with us on Instagram at TalkBabyToMePC and our YouTube at Talk Baby to Me Podcast.
And listen to us on Apple and Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Thank you.
Thanks.